Vamos a ver King of Bounty 2. Vamos a ver qué tal. Brillo, contraste, no sé lo que vosotros veáis. Ajustes. Subtítulo activado, vídeo. Bueno, esto lo ponéis a vuestro gusto. Ahora está en ultra todo. Nueva partida. Normal. Selección de personaje. Guerrero. Mago. Paladín. Una chula. A la maga mola un montón, ¿eh? Y guerrero. Vamos a coger el guerrero o la maga, ¿no? Cojo la maga y ya está. Talentos, hechicera, magia del aire, del fuego, del hielo. Mola mucho la magia, ¿no? Mercenario, preparación de batalla, práctica. Voy a coger la maga, ¿vale? O no se coge el que quiera. Voy a coger la maga. ¿Qué tal?
Get up! Come on, hurry! The warden is calling! Are you really going to save Nostria, as they say?
Huh. That's an interesting opener. What are you driving at?
You can discuss it with Warden Valber. Come out of that cell, I'll escort you.
Well, if the warden himself is asking, how can a simple countess refuse?
Let's go. You know the warden doesn't like to be kept waiting. The sooner you get to his office, the sooner you'll learn everything. I can tell you this much. It's good news for you.
Como mola. Se ve en 3 dimensiones. La primera vez que veo un King of Bounty en 3 dimensiones.
It's been 7 long years in here. Were you bored sitting in prison? I think you'll have fond memories of this time in future. During your 6 months inside, quite a lot has happened. Rumor has it the king is dying, and that Montier and the prince can't agree on how to divide power. I sense that we'll be seeing a fresh batch of prisoners soon.
The dwarves refused to
Mola, mola.
They ran after who knows where.
Where could they run? There's nothing but...
Your belongings are in yonder chest. Take everything or you'll freeze to death. The prison's warmer than outside, slightly. Pestilence has struck Montpetrie. The quarantine is everywhere. Mages forced away.
Qué guay, tío. Todo hielo, tío. Cómo mola. Son 3 dimensiones. Increíble, ¿no?
You're a free individual now.
¿Libre para qué?
Why are you releasing the prisoners?
Larry, you blockhead. Didn't you hear? A messenger arrived today, all the way from Marcella.
I just came up to...
Then you should know that he brought an order of release from the prince himself.
Mister, so much fuss and all for what? Who the hell do you think you are, making me wreak havoc in my prison?
I'm Catherine, Countess of Riggern, in case you've forgotten.
Well, well. I heard a little more than that. As Flavius the Wisecracker eloquently wrote, there's nothing new in this world. But I haven't received a letter like this in all 7 years of my tenure at Crucis. Prince Adrian orders that you be freed and sent to Marcella. Also, you won't be leaving here on foot. I was ordered to return your gold and belongings, provide you with a horse, and Let me read it aloud. Allocate some of my own garrison as your personal guard. Madness!
As that same Flavius the Wisecracker of yours wrote, there is always a kernel of sense in madness.
Whether the prince is sane or not is of no consequence. I cannot disobey my liege. Bastian should have returned your money and belongings by now. If he didn't steal them himself. Quartermaster Aston will supply you with weapons. As for gold, you have plenty already. Go to Decim to collect your guards. He has a platoon of troublemakers he's wanted rid of for a long time now. He'll be glad to hand them over. I also advise you to purchase some dogs for the road. And what else did His Highness request? Ah yes, a horse. Levitt the stable boy has a soft spot for nags too old and worn down to work. I'm sure he can pick one out for you.
It looks like the local climate has changed your temperament for the worse.
Como mola en 3 dimensiones esto. Me gustaría hacer en un Real Engine lo que acaba de pasar aquí de hablar y todo eso, ¿sabes? No sé hacer el momento, o sea, un diálogo entre dos personajes. Aparte de la cinemática que...
Why do you say that?
Mapa. Comprar equipo y recoge a la guardia del centurión.
The Ulagi tribe. What do you need, human? A shovel, perhaps? Have you been sent to the stables, too?
Careful with your words, short one. I'm a countess. Don't you dare compare my royal self to a stable hand. Now give me a weapon and be quick about it.
Oh, sacred forefathers. Why would I ever do that?
Because I'm free again. Any more questions?
By Mactus's horns. This is the first time I've ever seen a human leave Crucis on their own 2 feet. If you got gold, treat yourself to something new. Go ahead.
Comercial.
Aston didn't shortchange you on equipment. I warrant you'll survive the Albion Highlands. Go, human. May your body be as hard as flint, and your soul as clear as crystal.
Well, a dwarven poet.
Bug off, human. I'm busy.
Ahora tengo que ir aquí.
Have the lumberjacks brought... Halt! What are you doing here? You're not permitted to be wandering about like a stray cat.
I'm no longer a prisoner, Decim. You're to give me a suitable number of soldiers as escort to Marcella.
So, Centurion, it's true. The warden received a missive from the prince ordering the provision of a guard
El
troop
perro
for
se
a prisoner.
rasca.
Former prisoner. Huh? Never heard of a prisoner being released. Now, well, I believe I have some laggards and troublemakers I can spare. Can I go too? Oh, how I miss the sunny warmth of the capital. No, Bastian, you're not rotten enough to let go. I can still make a decent guard out of you.
I heard your worthless conscripts are accompanied by mangy fighting dogs.
The only thing you'll be getting for free is a family of bedbugs. I spent a year training those hounds. Now, if we're talking about an exchange of gold for flesh, that's another bowl of kibble entirely. You'll get the best dogs in Nostria.
Sounds too good to be true. Are they really worth the price?
These recruits might not be the brightest candles at the feast, but my fighting dogs are as fierce as the warden himself. You won't regret a single gold piece spent on these animals.
¿Cuánto dinero tengo? Comprar. 3, vale. No sé si habría que comprar más. Tierra. Saliendo. La primera vez que veo este juego de estrategia en 3D, la verdad. Está chulo. Un caballo no me iría mal, ¿eh? Qué chulo. Coger todo, ¿sí?
With forelocks a drag. Ah, it's you. You're the one who poisoned that scoundrel Claudius. It's a real pleasure to meet you.
I wish it were me, but...
Don't be modest. You did a great thing here, and history will not forget you.
I think I've seen you somewhere, stable boy. Were you responsible for delivering horses to Rigern? Oh, by the way, what I really need right now is a horse.
All you're asking is a horse? Just a horse? Have no worry. You'll get our best. Saddle up quickly. You've probably forgotten how to ride after half a year in a cell.
You can go now. Actually, wait.
What now?
I wanted to warn you about sentry golems. Be wary of them once you're past New Tyrene.
Tell me more about the golems.
The mage Rossum took them to clear a landslide. What they lack in brain, they make up in brawn. Since they don't know you've been released, they're liable to crush you. As you pass the southern ruins, find the Archer's squad commander, Ansel. The royal messenger said the squad will join you and augment your escort. I'm hoping that by the time you get there, they'll catch the marauder who's been raiding abandoned houses. Wonder why old Berengarius didn't turn him into a chicken.
Who's this Berengarius? Another escort?
That's up to his magicness. I have no authority over him. Perhaps he'll decide to leave these cold, inhospitable lands for the warmth of the Mage's Tower.
Come on, mount up. I picked out the very bestest horse for you. He's calm and obedient. Stands as if he's rooted to the ground. Races like the wind itself.
Why should Claudius's death bring you such joy, lad?
Me? I simply despise tyrants. I hate living under a brutal regime. As for me, I've always preferred other methods of control. But what am I prattling about? I am naught but a simple stable boy. I mean, I never tyrannized horses by teaching to trot or canter. I used other methods of control. On horses. Yes, that's right.
El caballo. Como mola.
Can it possibly be getting colder? I wish I could make a fire, but that's not an option.
Viaje rápido. El mapa es muy grande. Joder, sí es grande, mira. Tengo que llegar aquí. Qué pasada. Como mola. Y en 3 dimensiones.
Not surprising that people want to leave the Highlands. The
Cuidado.
climate here is worse than in Rigor.
Un río. A ver. Un lobo, ¿no? Buah, cómo molan. Combatir. Buah, cómo mola. chulero. Tirarla... vale. Ventajosa, que es ventajosa. Que... Aquí. Selecciono. Aquí. En un lobo. Dos lobos ya. Jolín. ¿Cómo están? Vale. Te voy a atizar aquí. Ole, mola, ¿eh? Recompensa, dinero. No sé si... supongo que lo mejor es dinero. Mira, he perdido un perro. Vale. Voy a continuar un poquito más, pero es que no quiero enseñar mucho del juego. Mucho más no quiero. Vale.
Oh, I read about this statue. I need to find its hands.
Voy a bajar. ¿No puedo bajar? Desmontas, vale.
Where did this come from?
Falta un brazo, ¿vale? Se va cogiendo cosas. Eso es para viajar rápidamente, creo. ¿Qué ha pasado? ¿Ha pasado algo y no me he enterado? Tiene que haber otro brazo por ahí. No sé dónde. Tiene que haber otro brazo por ahí, no lo encuentro. Sí, ya voy, ya voy.
Who are you?
Are you from Crucis? Quickly, come with us. Run.
I'm not running anywhere. Explain yourself.
I'm a lumberjack. We're nothing but dwarven woodcutters, honest. We cut down trees and send the lumber onto Crucis. The humans have all left the valley. Only us and a few locals remain. Stein is our chief. So then this Lupin, a man from Riggin, arrives at our village. He was stirring up trouble, trying to recruit the remaining human hunters to join him in his wicked deeds. Then Lupin's men seized the village. They captured Stein and are trying to start a fight with the dwarves. Things could easily turn bloody. We took them in purely out of kindness, and this is how they repay us. Disgusting! Help us! Quick, run!
Me encanta los diálogos, o sea, como tipo Skyrim y eso. No sé dónde está el otro brazo, ¿no? Voy a seguirle. No es buena idea, porque siempre me hacen alguna, ¿sabes? En los juegos estos.
You don't make the rules around here, Lupin. What goes around the forest comes around the forest.
Hey, Lupin, look! One of the Crucian prisoners, another victim of Claudius and Valbert.
You're just in time. We need another strong arm right about now.
What makes you think I'll help you?
You're human. This concerns you too. These jumped-up dwarfen lumberjacks have it too good. They're living like little lords on handouts from the fort, from that damned Valbert. The local hunters, on the other hand, are being oppressed. Only I, Lupin, can grant any hope of justice.
Don't you remember how they treat prisoners? I worked for Valbert myself until I escaped. You'd turn blue if you'd seen what I'd seen. Most of them are rotting alive in there. Not because they're bandits or murderers, mind. Just because they dared say something about the drunkard king. It's not humane.
Ah, so you're on the side of justice. What's your plan?
We've decided to seize Crucis.
We're going to starve the fort by cutting off their access to food and fuel. When we triumph, we'll free all the prisoners.
But the dwarfs are against us, so we need to force their hand. Then it will be Valbert's turn to answer for his misdeeds. If you're not going to help us, your other option is to spill our blood. Human blood.
Jolín. Vaya tela. Una decisión complicada, ¿no? Oh. No sé qué hacer. Aquí lo dejo a la elección de cada uno. ¿Qué hacemos? ¿Los enanos o los humanos? Bueno, aquí lo dejo. Solo quería enseñar un poco el juego. A lo mejor le doy un poquito más de caña. Un saludo.